If you're selling sports cards on eBay, then you've probably ran into at least one of these problems. Either it's eating up all of your free time, you're not making as much money as you thought you would, and then you found out that eBay customers are scum-sucking sons of... Just kidding. Not really. No, but these are real things that we have to navigate as sellers on eBay. For me, the most crucial aspect of this is minimizing the time spent doing it. Like many of you, I work full-time. I'm a physical therapist by day, and I sell sports cards on the side. On top of that, I'm also an artist, and I paint custom jerseys and wall art. So if you're clever, you'll see that's how I got the name Cards and Canvas. This video is assuming that you're a complete beginner, you're just wanting to get started on eBay, you have no idea where to begin. This is the video that I wish I had when I was getting started. I won't go into sourcing inventory, but almost everything else I'm going to cover here. We're going to use the exact processes that I've dialed down as I approach 1,000 sales on eBay. These are going to be tips that have kept my time and monetary cost low and the safety of the card and safe delivery high. So let's get into it. To begin, the most efficient process I've found is utilizing both my desktop and my phone that I'm using to record me right now. So I'll go to eBay on my desktop. I'll go to the advanced search tab, type the player name, set, and year, then any relevant details like serial number, color, or insert. Scroll down and check the sold listings box. This lets you see the recent comps and what buyers are paying for that card. If it's not the exact card, you'll be able to see similar cards of similar rarity. Once you find the closest matching card, you click sell one like this. Go through the item specifics and make sure they're accurate. You can find most of the information necessary on the front or back of the card. Once all that information looks good, I scroll down and then you select the grade of the card. Buyers can be snobby about the condition, so here's the safest approach I use. I typically do modern cards and that keeps me from getting down into the damaged category. If the card has no visible flaws, I select near mint. If there's some dimples, soft corners, or creases, then I select excellent. I typically don't buy anything that's like damaged, or I just stay away from that. And that helps protect myself from disputes that the buyer might have. Just be honest with it. It's not worth trying to nickel and dime. There's been times where I bought a card expecting it to be mint. It arrives and then it has a crease. Well, I lost a little bit, but I win a lot more than I lose. So just be honest in the listing. Don't try to deceive buyers. Kind of one of the things that's been, anyway. Don't try to hide stuff and deceive your buyers because they're just going to ship it back to you. eBay will always side with the buyer. It's not a game worth playing. Now, how do you price your cards? Pay close attention to this, because this is the route that I use and I've seen a lot of success with it. I do buy it now for about 80% of my listings. I utilize auctions from time to time, but this is usually when a card is graded or sells for over $100 and I want that money back within 7 days or so. I'd say for new sellers, you're probably not over investing in cards over like $100 or super high end stuff. Definitely prioritize the buy it now listings so that you can build your reputation. Buyers are going to click on your listing and they'll see that you have 5 feedback. It'll negatively impact how they trust your listing and how easily they hit buy it now. So it's going to be slow, but if you continue and be consistent with this process, it'll build over time, and then you can lean more into the higher end stuff and do more auctions. This is something that I actually think I lost a fair bit of money when I was getting started because nobody told me this. When eBay calculates its fees, you would think, well, I sold the card for $100, right? Well, you have the cost of shipping and you have taxes on top of that. You have $100 and eBay keeps 13.5% of it. That's not $13.50. They actually add the $5 of shipping and the $9 of tax on top of that. So they take 13.5% from that, $115, which I feel like it's a little deceiving by them, but I still primarily ship off of eBay because that's the best way to get eyes on my cards. So to avoid making that mistake, I want you to use an eBay fee calculator. There's a couple I use. I don't know if one's better than another, but at least this gives me a general idea and it allows me to hit my profit margin. So for lower end cards, I try to target a 15% margin. On higher end cards, I'm willing to take a little bit lower of a percent. I shoot for like between 5 and 10% after fees. Now, Little side note, with my PSA return coming soon, I'm hoping to get that closer to 30%, but time will tell. You scroll down, see the offers section of each listing. I always take offers on all of my listings. For one, it boosts engagement, and two, it keeps inventory moving. And for three, if you guys are watching, if I'm able to get a card at a really low price and I can sell it to you at a really good price, then we both win. And this has been a strategy I use to get a lot of repeat buyers. I set the minimum offer at a price that will ensure I'm making a little bit of money. And then I hit the auto accept for any offer that's going to guarantee a 20% margin after fees. After that, it's kind of up to my discretion and we can go back and forth, but that's kind of where I tend to set it at. Scrolling down to the shipping tab. Let's talk about shipping, because doing this efficiently and cost effectively is the key to success on eBay. Your card's going to sell for under $20. You want to ship under eBay standard envelope, also known as PWE or plain white envelope. You probably heard people say that. That's what it means. I will list the exact materials that I use for this in the description. I use these Amazon envelopes and this cardstock from Hobby Lobby, as well as painter's tape. Please do not use any other type of tape. It just ruins the top loader, and I see a lot of new sellers doing this, and it's just frustrating. Just use the painter's tape. Save a lot of hassle. Pro tip on the Hobby Lobby cardstock, if you want to get this exact same stuff, which I recommend you do, it goes 50% off every other week, and whenever I need some, I just load up on it when it's 50% off. You need to factor in the cost of the materials you use. This is what the cost of materials will be if you utilize these exact materials with the 50% discount. Alright, so this card, Pat Surtain, Red, White, Blue Prism Rookie, just sold for about $5. So I'm going to show you how I package this card using the standard envelope method that I find best. First, painter's tape, seal that top loader. Good. Secure the side. You're going to put the card in the middle, secure the side, fold one side over, crease it, fold the other side over, crease it, tape that, hold it shut. This adds rigidity, and then the Hobby Lobby cardstock fits really nicely in this envelope, as you can see. So, widen that, get that cardstock in there, and then these are self-sealing envelopes. Keep it really easy. Rip that, go down, seal. This is a blank shipping envelope. I use a label printer. Get one as soon as you can. This is the biggest time saver ever, but this is a blank label so I don't dock somebody. Do that, and then I will stick it over the sealed edge, the sealed lip, so that nobody can tamper with it as easily, or it'll be more clear if they do. And then just fold it over, boom, ready to go. Now for cards over $20, you're going to use the USPS parcel, okay? This is because you're going to be ineligible. The value's over $20, so you're ineligible for the standard envelope shipping option. For this, I use different materials to ship these cards that are higher value. You want to protect them a little bit more. I use this cardboard document mailer, and I put a bubble mailer inside. It fits really nicely like this, right? The nice thing about these is it comes with a do not bend sticker. It just adds a little bit of security. And the same card stock from Hobby Lobby that I mentioned before. I have shipped cards pushing $500 in this exact same way. I've never had an issue. Okay, I also sold this Cam Ward Panini National out of 25. Really cool card. And it sold for $35. So I'll show you how I use the USPS. So same thing. Start with the white sheet. Secure the top of the card. You secure it off to the left this time, so that you can fold here. Good. Take that. Now you got this. Shove that into your bubble mailer. Good. Peel that. Good. Got that. grab that document, the cardboard document mailer, stuff, and then stuff the bubble mailer inside. Peel there. Good. And then again, I'm going to use a blank label so I don't dox anybody. I just slap that right on the front. Boom. And then these cardboard mailers come with do not bend stickers. Ever so important when you're shipping expensive sports cards. They probably don't listen to it anyway, but there you go. This one's ready to go as well now. So scrolling down for the promoted listings, I always promote my listings at 2%. It helps get more engagement and more eyes on your listing. And it doesn't cut too much into your profit. I'd be interested if any of you guys have experimented with higher ad rates. I never have. What have your results been? Drop me a comment because I'd love to hear what works for you. So we're done with the listing part on my computer. To finish the listing and save a bit of time, I'm going to switch over to the mobile eBay app on my phone. Okay, so you got the eBay app open. You're going to go over to selling drafts. Click on the draft from earlier, and then you can snap photos of the front, take a photo of the back. Make sure to document any of the damage that might be relevant on the card. And then I always take a shot of the card in the top loader. This just kind of builds buyer confidence, especially on those plain white envelope shipments. I use this felt mat here as a background for my photos. I think it has a professional look to it while kind of differentiating my listings from the photos used in a scanner or in a photo box or something like that. So once you've got all the photos added, we've already done all the work on the desktop. You can scroll right on down and hit list. I don't use a scanner for my listings. If I was doing a lot of volume, like maybe 1,000 cards a month, I probably would invest in one. Right now, this is super time efficient. I don't mind the process, and it works well. A couple more pro tips just for efficiency. That way, because like I said, I work full time. I do the art stuff. I don't want to be spending all my time sourcing, buying, listing, managing offers, shipping. Like I highly recommend doing bulk listing. Go through each step of this process in bulk. So right here, I have about 150 cards that I'm going to bulk list. Okay, but you don't want to list them all right now. Over this course of time, I have found it is much better to list 2 cards a day for a month than dumping 60 cards in one day. Because whenever you list something new on eBay, it boosts all your listings. So you kind of want to keep feeding that algorithm on eBay. On your listing, you're able to see a set schedule date. I utilize that heavily now. Same day shipping. You can get a slight decrease in the amount of fees that you eat from doing same day shipping as a top rated seller. I do 2 business days. This allows me to ship on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's just what my schedule allows. If you follow this exact system, that means that you only have to package cards during the week rather than constantly, like I said, listing, photographing, managing auctions, stuff like that. This has made a huge difference in my quality of life, and now Sports Cards facilitates my life instead of taking over it. I think that wraps up about everything. If I missed anything or you have any further questions, drop me a comment. If you learned something, then check out my other videos. Through those, I'm constantly showing off what I'm buying, who I'm prospecting, just generally how I'm scaling my online sports card business. So next up, I'm covering my office upgrades, like you see behind me, and how I've kind of maximized my storage efficiency for when stuff sells. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off. I'll see you in the next one.